Welcome back, everyone, to the next installment of Chaos Child. It's October 10th, Saturday, and we had a bad time. 12:28 p.m. in an unused classroom in Hekiho Academy.
何もないところですいませんが、ここでお待ちいただけますか？いえ、早く来てしまったのはこちらですから。
Okay, Watabe, so I guess this is showing what led up to the event. Watabe bowed, and the man who had led him here from the teacher's office bowed back. Then the man left the room. He'd forgotten the man's name as soon as he'd heard it. All he remembered was that he was a typical high school teacher with somewhat delicate features. That was all Watabe thought he needed to know.
しかし、なんでもねえところだな。
He'd heard that Hekiho was famous, but once he'd gotten inside, he'd found that it was just a normal high school. Maybe a little cleaner than most. He'd seen a TV crew from some station interviewing a student on his way here, but he couldn't imagine there was anything worth asking one.
まあ、多少は見どころのある奴らもいるみたいだが。
Since his ostensible reason for being here was to do an article on the Culture Festival, he had to take a few pictures. Since it didn't matter what pictures he took, he decided to just walk through the school. As he went by a class that was doing some kind of Garo Froggy cafe, there was a bit of a fuss. Huh, there's the costume. Student after student had asked him for handshakes and autographs. Almost the entire class had known his name. He'd even taken a selfie with a girl who said she was a huge fan of his. When he told her to keep it a secret, she'd given him an innocent smile. That was the way it should be. That was the way normal people were supposed to act.
もっと上に行ってやれ。
It was only a short while ago that an online friend of his had suggested he come here. When he'd been putting together what he'd found out about the sumo stickers, those fucking brats at the newspaper club here had published just before he did. He'd given up on publishing his own article, but at least decided to show it to someone. When he let his friends see it, they'd suggested he publish it anyway. True, he was confident in the article itself. He'd gotten a very good picture of the sumo sticker at the Love Hotel, which the newspaper club had only been able to get from a distance. There was a chance he'd be called out for plagiarism, but then his friend had continued. You're capable of turning that to your advantage, right? His friend knew him well.
所詮は高校生の一部活だ。
Everything would depend on how he handled the interview, but Watabe was confident he could use this to bolster his fame. You know what? Technically true. The ideal result would be to show that the newspaper club were the ones who had copied him. They uploaded their newspaper to Nikoniya all the time, so they were sure to know who he was. If he offered them the chance to help with his articles, they'd jump on it no matter what demands he made. He'd started off at the very bottom, and he'd worked his way up this far. He was capable of getting any scoop he wanted. His power was a blessing from heaven for a man who wanted to be a first-rate journalist. In the whole history of journalism, there had never been a case where a net reporter had identified a suspect ahead of the cops, the news, or the magazines. When a writer at a weekly magazine had found a suspect before the police, the whole of Japan went into an uproar. Watabe wanted to surpass that.
あとは警察へのコネがあれば完璧だな。
His one worry was the Love Hotel incident. When he charged into the crime scene and gotten into a fight with the cops there, his camera had gone out of focus and he'd failed to get part of the sumo sticker. He'd used that to get the scoop, but if someone on the police force was paying attention to those stickers, and if they were enough of a weirdo to be paying careful attention to Watabe's articles, they might find something strange.
まあ、大して違ってはいないだろうからな。
Yeah, there we go. He fudged the design or something. Or put up his own. People didn't really want to hear the truth. They wanted lies that sounded true, embellished so that they were all the more pleasing. Well... It was Gual, asked Watabe. When he heard the sound, he quickly flipped himself back into hard-working, good-natured reporter mode.
はい、どうぞ。どうぞ。
They didn't open the door, nor did they say anything. Watabe grunted, soft enough that they couldn't hear, and then put on a smile as he went to answer the door. Well, they're not showing what happened, but you could figure it out.
わからない。
You know it's bad when Arimura is freaking out. Just as pleasant as last time, right? Am I really gonna press X through like 6 different student screams again? And 6. Oh wow. I was actually right. I'd forgotten it was exactly 6. The students all started to panic at once, and the gym was filled with screams. Then Watabe's body fell to the floor, as if in slow motion. His legs were splayed. His eyes were open wide, still full of the terror of death. He was weeping tears of blood. I don't understand that part. And...
あれは
そんな
What?
力士シール
Yeah. Yes, it was a huge pile of sumo stickers. Watabe was probably already dead, but there were still crumpled sumo stickers pouring out of his mouth. My heart was racing. Beads of cold sweat had formed on my back. I felt a scream welling up in my throat, but something held it back.
警察電話
Watabe's eyes were motionless, pointing toward nothing in particular. I wanted to look away from this madness, but I couldn't.
警察って何番そうだ117
No, wait, the police were... what, 110? Wait, what was it? Maybe it was 119?
おい
Cool, calm woman, what? When we heard the voice, we were finally able to tear our eyes away from Watabe's body. There was a female student making her way toward us, past the crowds fleeing toward the exits. A female student? No, she felt too grown up for that. Okay, so it's her, and yeah, okay, and she was wearing a white lab coat. Between that and the sharp look in her eyes, part of me thought she might be a coroner.
一体何があった
She slowly looked around the gym. Her gaze stopped at Watabe's body.
あれは
And then, without moving an eyebrow, she said,
やったのはお前たちか
Yes. Oh. Chapter 4. Her words.
なるほどな。じゃあ、被害者渡部さんは、時間になっても体育館に現れなかったと。
はい。
そこで、宮代くんと和樹さん、それから有村さんが待っていたところ、彼がいきなり舞台に上がってきて、そこで事件は起きた。間違いないね。
はい。
After that, things happened fast. The black-haired woman called Detective Shinjo. Oh. I thought it meant that Shinjo was the black-haired woman. I'm like, that, what? No, she called him on the phone. The black-haired woman called Detective Shinjo, who contacted the police station. That threw me off. Since our club was supposed to have an interview with him, we were questioned in our club room. During the questioning, we could hear students yelling outside and the sounds of dozens of patrol car sirens, but soon it all faded back into silence. The police had probably sealed off the whole school. There had been no announcement about what was going to happen with the culture festival, but after what had happened, there was no way it wouldn't be shut down.
で、伊藤くんと尾上さんは、事件の前に渡部さんの控え室へ行ったんだよね。渡部さんとは会わなかったのかい？
Alright, it's a little late now, but I kinda want to go back to the previous picture. Didn't that sign outside the school say welcome? But it was spelled with 2 L's? Did it say like welcome? Huh? Am I a suspect? That's what Ito must have thought, because he suddenly started acting strange.
でも控え室には誰もいなかったんすな、尾上。
部屋は空っぽでした。
生徒会の役員は渡部さんの世話をしてたはずだろ。
それもいなかったです。
Serica must have been surprised by the sudden question because she started to fiddle with her Garo Froggy cell phone strap.
おいお前。不愉快な音を立てるな。うるさい。ごめんなさい。
She must have only then realized that she was doing it because she quickly took her hand away from the strap.
尾上、落ち着け。誰もお前疑ったりしないって。
ありがとう、タク。
有村さん、二人の言ってることは本当かな。
ええ、嘘じゃないですね。本当に誰もいなかったみたいですよ。
I think she said they're telling the truth, but like, I mean, like, I don't know Japanese, but like, I think she said they're not lying. There was no doubt in her voice. From the look on her face, you'd think she knew the whole story. And for some reason, Shinjo seemed to believe her.
そうか、了解だ。
He'd believed every word Arimura had said during the entire questioning. It was kind of strange. Did the two of them trust each other that much?
一応聞いておくが、有村さん、君は体育館に行く前は何をしていたんだ？
何言ってるんですか？直前まであなたたちと一緒にいたはずですけど。もしかして忘れてます？もしそうなら脳の精密検査を受けることをおすすめしますけど。
いや、もちろん分かっているさ。ただ、念のためというやつで。
Shinjo scratched his head as if he didn't know how to respond. I take that back. There clearly wasn't any trust between the two of them. In fact, he didn't seem to know how to handle her. Then why would he trust what she said? Something felt strange. And there was one more thing. Arimura had said that she was with Shinjo until right before she came to the gym. But there had been barely any time between Watabe's appearance on the stage and Shinjo's arrival. So what had Shinjo been doing at the culture festival?
まさか最初から何かが起こると予想してた。
And then he'd gotten in touch with Arimura ahead of time?
状況から考えると、君たちが彼の死に関与していることはなさそうだ。しかし、そうなると誰が？
Who killed Watabe and how?
渡部さんが舞台に上がってきたとき、怪しい人を見たりしていないか？
はい。誰も。
君はどうだ？
The black-haired girl had been leaning against the wall with her arms crossed. She looked up.
残念ながら、私が駆けつけた時、現場はパニック状態だったからな。
Her voice was as mature and calm as her appearance. She was probably a third-year student, but I'd never seen her around the school before. Maybe the white lab coat was because she was part of the biology club or the science club, but what would a student be doing here with a detective?
まったく、面倒なことだ。お前たちが犯人だったら簡単に済んでよかったんだが。それどういう意味です？どうもこうもそのままの意味だ。私からすればあなたの方が怪しいですけど。私は犯人じゃない。ほら、どうだ。私が嘘をついているかどうか、お前が一番よくわかっているはずだが。
Oh, intrigue? Arimura was clearly annoyed, but the black-haired girl didn't seem to care in the slightest.
まあ、久野里さん、それくらいにしといてくれ。
Her name was Kunosato then. Evidently she knew Arimura, but it was clear from their conversation that the two of them didn't get along. And for some reason...
おい、お前。
はい、僕ですか。
他に誰がいる？
それは。
さっきから何をジロジロ見ている？
いえ、別に。
だったら下でも向いていろ。鬱陶しい。
I didn't know why, but Kunosato seemed to have it out for me too, not just Arimura.
一体何なんだ。
What did I do? I'd never even met this girl before. Why would she act like this?
いや、待てよ。
Or was I wrong and we'd actually met somewhere before? Did I do something to tick her off then? It was no good. I tried to remember, and couldn't. But strangely...
彼女の声。
It felt like I'd heard that voice somewhere before. Oh yeah, because she's Kay on the radio. But where? Or Nikonia?
ダメだ。こういう時に限って思い出せない。
It was really bugging me. There was nothing so useless as information that was inside you but that you couldn't retrieve when you needed it. Information was only valuable if you could use it.
とにかくもう一度確認させてくれ。君たちは舞台の下で対談を待っていた。だがいくら待っても渡部さんは現れず、伊藤君と尾上さんが様子を見に行った。その後しばらくして突然渡部さんが舞台に上がってきて、そこで倒れた。間違いないね。
はい。
I suddenly remembered the way Watabe had looked. His eyes were out of focus, but full of terror. He was weeping tears of blood. Yeah, we've been over this. His hand was stretched out as if seeking help, and the sumo stickers poured out of his mouth covered in blood and vomit. It was a bizarre scene. I looked over at Arimura, and she must have remembered it too, because she was wincing.
両目から出血。口からは異物を嘔吐か。吐き出したのは力士シールと呼ばれる妙なシールだったな。
What an unnecessary roundabout way. He was vomiting something. That something was the stickers. Like, just say it all at once.
検視は進んでいるのか、新庄さん。解剖はいつ行われる？
子供たちの前でそこまでは。
子供たちの前か。
Kunosato snorted, annoyed.
まあとにかく君たち新聞部には全員ちゃんとアリバイがある。心配しなくていいからな。
I breathed a sigh of relief. Even if I knew I was innocent, I'd still be terrified of being arrested anyway.
ただ君と有村君、それと和樹君は事件を間近で見た目撃者だ。申し訳ないが、所轄の担当者が資料を作るのに協力してほしいと言ってる。
はいはい。やだって言ってもどうせ連れてくんですよね。
いや、別に君たちは被疑者じゃないから、あくまでも協力をだね。
この前もそんなこと言ってましたけど。
しかし、なんだろうな、君たちは。
Shinjo brushed his hair through his bangs. He hadn't cut his hair for a while.
何がです？
I mean, come on. We were at the last scene too.
前回の柿田さんの事件といい、先日の彼女、クルス・ノノさんの死傷事件といい、ここのところ怪しい事件といえば必ず君たちが関わっている。これは偶然なんだろうか。
I gotta admit, like, as the cop, 2 is pretty damn coincidental. 3, alright, that's it, too far.
それは。
He was right. Even ignoring what happened to Kurusu, this was another potential homicide like Revolving Dead. But we were just innocent bystanders. I knew that better than anyone.
僕たちは本当にたまたま。
たまたま？
Kunosato interrupted me.
本当にたまたまなのか？ お前たちが気づいていないだけで何かある可能性は？事件を呼び寄せるような何かが。
I tried to say something back to her, but couldn't. Her eyes were that cold when she looked at me. Damn it, what was with this girl?
あの
I was starting to get angry, and that was enough to get me to open my mouth.
僕あなたに何か。
なんだ？
But I regretted it immediately. She was scary.
その
言いたいことがあるならはっきり言え。時間の無駄だ。
じゃあ聞かせてもらいます。けどその僕あなたに何かしましたか？
ああ、
そのなんだかすごく嫌われてるような。いや僕の気のせいだったらすみません。
気にしない方がいいですよ、先輩。この人は誰に対してもこんな感じですから。
To everyone? Was that true? That was okay then.
誰に対してもというのは違うな。お前たちに対してだけだ。
お前たち？
ああ、そうだ。お前たちだ。
Did she mean me and Arimura? Or...
もしかして以前どこかで？
いや、お前のその神気臭い顔を見るのは初めてだ。
Jeez. Damn it. Then why did she have to be such a bitch? Just straight up.
とにかく手口から見て今回の事件もこれまでの猟奇事件との関連性が疑われる。
ニュージェネの狂気の再来っすか？
Ooh. It's the return of the... Let's just keep going. The strange way that Watabe had died. And then the fact that today was October 10th. Just like Shinjo said, it was possible that there was a connection.
ああ、司法解剖の結果を待たなければ断定はできないが、日付と犯行の異常性は一致する。ところで宮代君、聞いてもいいか？
はい、何でしょうか？
あのボードは君たちが？
Shinjo was looking at the map that we put together to follow the case.
はい、そうですけど。
ちょっと見せてもらってもいいかな？
Shinjo stood up without waiting for my answer and walked over to the board. Kunosato moved away from the wall and followed him.
これ、どう思う？
そうだな。
The two of them started to whisper to each other. I tried to listen in, but I couldn't make it out. With nothing else to do, I whispered to Arimura.
クノサトって人、うちの生徒なのか？
For some reason, Arimura was staring at me in surprise.
僕、何か変なこと言った？
いえ、先輩がタメ口だったから。
I must have been so distracted by everything else that was going on that I didn't think.
ごめんなさい、つい。
いえ、そのままでいいです。私は前からそうしてくれと言ってましたし。
わかりまし、じゃなくて、わかったよ、有村さん。
有村。
え？
さんもつけなくていいです。
Oh, drop the sun.
わかった。有村。
First, the two of us had been together at the scene of Watabe's death, and now we had that strange, arrogant woman angry at us. The enemy of my enemy is my friend? Maybe that's why I was finally able to talk to her normally.
それで、何の話でしたっけ？
だからあの人。
The two of them were still talking about something in front of the map I'd made.
知らないんですか？先輩と同じ3年生だそうですよ。と言っても、ほとんど学校に来たことないらしいですけど。
学校に来ないって、不登校ってこと？
さあ、私もそこまでは。
So she was in my grade, but I was sure I'd never seen her at school. Ito and Kurusu had a lot of connections. Would they know her?
ていうか、そもそも何者なんだ？僕たちのこと嫌ってるみたいだけど。
さあ、
さあって、知り合いなんだろ？
私もこの前会ったばかりで詳しいことは知りません。ただ、
ただ、
Our conversation was cut off by the sudden sound of a phone.
失礼。
Shinjo took his phone out of his pocket. It was an old Japanese flip phone. Who still used one of those in 2015? I started to worry about whether a wrong sider like that was capable of solving this case at all.
ああ、そうか。わかった。それじゃあ。
Someone must have told him to go somewhere. He folded up his phone and put it back in his pocket, then turned to face us.
俺たちは先に失礼する。君たちの迎えは少し後になると思うが、くれぐれも協力頼むな。
はあ。
わかりました。
だから、そうめんどくさそうな顔するなって。時間がかからないように手は打っておく。それじゃ、頼んだぞ。
Shinjo motioned to Kunosato, and the two of them left the room. As she left, Kunosato gave us one last cold glance. My god. And the room fell silent. No one felt like talking, so we started to take out our phones or read magazines. He said it would be a while before the police would arrive to pick us up. The only thing we could do was kill time.
なあ、
I tried to talk to Arimura, but she either didn't hear me or was ignoring me. She was playing with her phone, too. She seemed to be trying to get in touch with someone. It looked like she had a lot of friends, so she may have been asking what happened with the culture festival.
もう一度、事件の整理をしてみるか。
ねえ、タク。
ん？
Sarika stopped me as I started to head for the board.
どうした、尾上？
能力者ってなんだろうね。
Really?
は？
Psychic. Wait, psychic? Like those con artists you see running dingy little shops? Couldn't be.
なんだそれ。ラノベかなんかの話か。
さっき、新藤さん？
Shindo.
新庄さんか？
Yeah, Shindo is, I believe a character in Yakuza.
さっき新庄さんが制服の上に白衣着た人とそんなことを。
Oh.
お前、二人の話聞こえたのか？
It was true that the two of them had been mumbling in front of the board. I could barely hear it, but Sarika was evidently able to make out some of the words from where she was sitting.
歴史シールの不可思議な現象とか、能力者がなんとかとか、事件に関係あるのかなって。
If they were talking about it now, then of course it has something to do with the case. But still, psychics? Like a mind reader or something? Or someone who could move stuff with his brain? They didn't think this was all being caused by psychics with superpowers or something, did they?
いくらなんでも、警察がそんなこと真面目に。
聞き間違いじゃないのか？
Both Ito and Kazuki were looking at her questioningly.
そうかな。確かにそんな風に聞こえたんだけど。
なあ、有村。何か心当たりはないか？
She'd spent time with Shinjo. Maybe she knew, but...
有村。
何ですかそれ。私アニメとか見ないんで。
She didn't seem really interested. Well, that's what most people our age would think when they heard the word psychic.
尾上、他に何か聞こえなかったか？新庄さんたちの話。
他にはね、
She was about to open her mouth. But then the sound of the door opening cut her off.
おーい、宮代くん、和樹くんいる？それに有村くんも。
先生。
よーしよし、おとなしくしてるね。そろそろ警察に行くよ。
え？警察の人が迎えに来るんじゃ。
引率係だよ。君たちは別に犯罪者じゃないし、あくまでもうちの生徒だからね。警察に呼ばれたなら僕が連れて行くのが筋だと思って。
That's a little weird, though. Like, should we let the police know we're just gonna go over there?
どうだい？僕っていい教師だろ？
Is this guy gonna be like a secret villain or something? As if he'd ever actually done anything for us as our advisor. But still, I felt just a little relieved.
それじゃ行こうか。ああ、伊藤君と尾上君はすぐに帰宅すること。いいね。
This gets me suspicious.
ういっす。
はーい。
The two of them started to get ready.
先生。
なんだい？
文化祭はどうなるんでしょうか。
さあ、今ちょうど会議中でどうなるかはまだわからないね。
That's all he said before he left the room. It was strange. Why had I asked that?
文化祭なんて別にどうでもよかったのにな。
嘘ね。
え？
Lying? How? I wanted to ask what she meant, but it was clear that she wasn't going to tell me. She followed Wakui out into the hallway.
どうかした？宮代くん。
I could hear him from outside the room.
ん？
Kazuki made a let's go gesture and looked at my face. There was something that I wanted to know, no matter what. What Serika had just said. About Shinjo and Kunosato seriously discussing the word psychics. Wakui's entrance had interrupted our conversation, but I wasn't sure if it was okay to really write the idea off as silly nonsense.
すみません。これから警察行くなら結構時間かかりますよね。
そうなるだろうね。
だったら貴重品とかまとめて持って行ってもいいですか？置きっぱなしっていうのもなんなんで。
ああ、確かに。有村くん、君も自分の教室へ行って持ってきなさい。僕は昇降口で待ってるから。
はい。
I listened to the two of them walk away. Okay, that should buy me a little time.
おい、尾上。
お？どうしたの？タク。
さっきの話の続きだけどな。聞かせてくれないか？
Max Katie has joined the channel. Where's the target? Being questioned for their involvement in the case. A suspect? Appears unlikely, but they may finally have noticed. Understood. Continue. Of course. Ugh. Oh boy. Well, it's still Saturday, but for now it is time to stop the installment. Well, we certainly made a lot of progress today, didn't we? Our protagonists have met up. Still haven't realized that Kunosato is the mystery woman on Nikoniya, though, but who knows, they'll probably come to that conclusion later. But we might be dealing with people with some kind of psychic power? Maybe? And the mystery people on the phone. Ooh, the targets being questioned. They might be starting to suspect. Looks like the plot thickens. Until next time, everyone.